Hi there. In this video, we'll be covering what do I need to self-publish a book. Self-publishing is the ultimate pain and the ultimate opportunity. It's frustrating, it's challenging, it's cumbersome. It's also so rewarding and so meaningful when you can get it right. By the end of this video, you will learn the importance of having a clean cover and layout, whether you should buy your own ISBN codes, and why you need to publish your book in the right categories. And stay tuned until the end of the video for an opportunity I really think you're going to enjoy. Let's dive in. I think it's awesome that you're ready to self-publish your book. It is such a thrilling, strange process. It's going to test your patience on a lot of levels. Even when you work with professionals, it's a lot. You know, once you get it right, there's so much success that can unlock, so many opportunities that can unlock for your business, for your career, for yourself, personal level, so many things that can happen and so much progress. So let's make sure to get this right for you. The first step is having clean documents, having maybe a PDF or a docx. You know, if you're working with a Kindle ebook, it could be an EPUB file. There's all these specifications, and I'm not going to go down a list of all of them, but if you upload in specific platforms like Amazon or Ingram Spark with wider outside distribution beyond Amazon, it's really valuable to follow the guidelines, follow the steps in formatting your book properly, because getting your book formatted properly is going to make it easier to get approved. It's going to be easier to move forward, you know, and when the time comes to publish it and people actually start reading it, they're going to love it because it's formatted properly. It's clean. It looks sharp. It looks professional. You want the book to reflect who you are and the professionalism that you exude. You don't want it to look junky or rushed. You want it to look great. And it requires you to really take the time to get the formatting right, or to work with professionals who can help you with that step. Cover is super important too. You know, I really want you to think deeply about what the cover says about your book. It's not enough just to have a cover or to slap something you made in Canva on there. What does it actually mean? How does it draw the reader in? You know, what do you want to accomplish from the cover? What kind of feeling do you want to, you know, send the reader? You know, what kind of thing do you want them to think about when they see this cover? Yeah, I think back to so many of the books I've worked on, and I'll work with different cover designers, and they will provide multiple different options, you know, A or B, you know, 1, 2, or 3. And it's so exciting to really sit down and think about it deeply, like which cover is better for the book. And sometimes it's not that the cover that you pick is actually the better cover, it's the better cover for the mood of the book. You know, if the tone is sad and somber, you don't want a super happy cover. And the opposite's true too. If you have, you know, a book about selling, you want it to exude that. You want to carry that forward. So you really want to think deeply about the message that you're sending. And that comes through in the cover, it comes through in the title, the subtitle, every element. So when somebody picks up this book, they feel a certain way. You don't want somebody to pick up a book about being successful as a business person and it feels cheap, you know? Like, you don't want that. You want it to feel a certain way. You want it to feel strong and powerful. It's great to copyright your book, and there's like Library of Congress, and you can apply for copyright for the book. It's great to be able to do that, to have that copyright page right in the inside, right after the title, just to have a copyright. These are my words, you know? This is mine. That step's an important step. Another important step is ISBN codes. You don't necessarily need an ISBN code for an ebook, but you should have ISBN codes, and these are used for identifying your book, sales channels, you know? It's popular for sites like Amazon to have ISBN codes. It's a short identifier of your book, and you want to have one ISBN code for every physical format of the book that you have. So if you have a paperback book and a hardcover book, you want to use 2 different ISBN codes for each of those. On any platform that you use, you're using the same ISBN code for paperback and the same ISBN code for hardcover. There's so much metadata that goes into a book. And when I think about putting that together, book description, categories, and keywords, those 3 things, it's so crucial to get them right, because if you don't get them right, the right people aren't going to find your book. Your description should match the elements, the takeaways, the lessons, the sentiments that the reader's going to get. You want the description to be really sharp and to the point and straightforward, and give the reader a great call to action of like, what am I going to learn from this? You know, what are you going to take away? All those things need to be in there in just a couple paragraphs. When you go to the book page on a different website like Amazon or Barnes & Noble, what does the book say? What's the reader going to take away from it? What kind of accolades or success or quality does this book speak to? Because if you can't explain that, you can't explain what the book is about or how someone's going to benefit or how good it is, it's not going to connect. Another issue comes in categories. So many times I see books listed on Amazon under the wrong categories. I was working with a sports book writer recently, and they had their book listed under personality disorders. Now, the personality disorders was one element of the book, but it's not the element of the book. It's not the driving force behind the book. Have it listed in the main categories where it needs to appear, because people aren't going to personality disorder topics on Amazon and wanting to find this book, but they would go to the sports categories and wanting to find this book. So you need to think about where your reader is and what they're looking for, and that goes to keywords as well. Amazon and other platforms allow you to list keywords that people might use in searching for the book. You want to use as many as you can, and you want to fill them out descriptively and not just put one-word phrases. You want to really, really make this count. What are they searching for? And if you need help on this, go to ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a good resource for at least a starting point. You can go to ChatGPT and prompt it to give you book description, book keywords, and book categories, and really start to break it down a little bit. It's a starting point. I'm not saying that you want to take that work wholesale, but it's a good idea as a starting point to think about it in those terms. It's at least going to format it in a way that's going to be effective, and then you can think about what message you want to share. A clear distribution plan is so important for self-publishing. So often we think about Amazon. Those boxes arrive on your doorstep, and it's the only thing you think about. Books are sold in so many other places, and unless you distribute through those other places in addition to Amazon, you're never going to get in the bookstore. You're never going to be outside of that Amazon ecosystem, which is a detriment for a lot of authors. A lot of authors want to be in bookstores. They want to be in libraries. So it's important to work with outside distributors. Ingram Spark is the most popular of them, but there are other ones as well. Think about where you want your book to be and where your readers are going to find your book. How are they going to find your book? You want them to be able to find your book. It's crucial. It's crucial to be able to get them where they are. And if you don't find them where they are, they're going to miss out on your book. If they're not looking on Amazon, or they're interested in going to their local bookstore and finding your book, they're never going to find it. You could sell 1 million copies of your book on Amazon, but if you're not listed for sale in Ingram Spark or outside distributors, no bookstore is going to carry your book. So there's the mix right there. If you want to learn more about what do I need to self-publish a book, there's another video that I recorded that I'd love for you to check out. I'll link to it on the screen. It's called How to Get Your Self-Published Book Noticed. That video goes much deeper on the marketing elements. It actually does a walkthrough of some of the descriptions and categories and other details that you need to fill in. Goes a lot deeper on these topics. I think you're going to really take a lot out of it. So if you're interested in learning more, definitely check out that video. Remember, a good book can change your life. I'm Dan Good. Thanks for watching.